Welcome to Casual Nerd Reactions. Today we're watching Stargate SG-1. This episode is called Thor's Hammer. I'm excited. I know this is not some kind of crazy Marvel Comics crossover. Wouldn't that be wild? No, we couldn't handle it. Although it does make perfect sense for this show to tap into Norse mythology to tell some kind of incredibly interesting story. I doubt Thor is going to be teaming up with our team to vanquish evil, but you never know what's going to happen. I do hope we at least see Thor's hammer, or at least some mythological version of it. I'm curious to see what our team gets into today. I'm also curious to see if this episode might have any special or specific character moments, like maybe it'll tap into one specific character. I feel like Daniel hasn't had enough love from the story this season. I feel like we've had a lot of stories that really tap into Colonel O'Neill. I feel like we've had a couple stories that tap into Samantha. Daniel deserves some love, or an episode that really dives into who he is as a character. Teal'c also could use an episode that really dives into his motivations and his passions or something. I don't know. I have no idea what that would even look like. It's hard to kind of establish personal, at least backstory wise, for him, but I'd be curious to see what they do, and I know they will eventually. Everyone, I'm sure, will get plenty of episodes devoted to them. I bet we even get a General Hammond episode at some point in the future. Don't take away my General Hammond-centric episode. That has to come one of these days. All right, I can't wait to see what this episode holds, so thank you so much for being here to watch with me. Check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel. Right now, we're going to experience Thor's hammer for the very first time.
Dr. Jackson, I understand you've come up with some new theory about the Stargate.
If you study myths worldwide, it looks as if there were two different kinds of star gods. The tyrants, who treated their subjects like cattle, demanded absolute obedience, utilized their technology to punish and control.
As in the grow old.
The culture bearers, who use knowledge and technology to benefit humans.
The ghouls weren't the only aliens to visit Earth.
Who are the other ones?
How does that affect us today?
We don't think the ghoul built the Stargate system.
Great.
Being parasitic by nature, they just used it.
Someone else built them to benefit
They
us.
could still be out there. Vikings.
The Vikings.
Now, in Norse mythology, Thor was a friend to humans and protected them from the Ettins, beings of great power and knowledge who were enemies of mankind.
I think what Daniel's trying to say is, if there is another bunch of aliens out there who are hostile to the ghouls and have equal or superior firepower, we ought to look them up.
Heck yeah.
They could become allies.
I have seen the hammer sign before.
Teal'c, spill.
It's a symbol of a world called Samaria. Al-Jafar taught the sequence of Stargate symbols to that world to ensure that no Goa'uld goes there. It is forbidden.
Well, I like the sound of that.
Teal'c really does hold on to information until we ask for it, doesn't he? Which I respect, right? He always delivers when it's pertinent, but never until then. We could have gone here first.
Take this along with you. It's a gift for the alien friendlies in the event you succeed in your mission and make contact.
Oh, you had it made. It's great.
Daniel asked them to make it.
It's all about who we are. It explains various Earth cultures, religions, histories.
That might come into play in this episode or something. Let's find out. Like, don't kill us, we're friends. Wow, what is this massive structure? Oh. Well, they're going to notice when we show up, for better or worse. Here we go. Oh. They mock us and our lack of coordination.
This is different.
Yeah. Thor? Thor. I love this. Should I love this? Should I be nervous? Oh, what?
Sounds like it's building up some kind of charge.
Like a lightning charge?
No doubt, we're going back.
Run! You've missed your opportunity. Okay, not lightning. Scan, though. Enemy. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay, Colonel O'Neill and Teal'c are both with the gods now. That was a freaking great start to this episode. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened, but you know I'm going to sit here and watch this whole episode until we find out. I love the idea that it identified a Goa'uld or in this case, a Jaffa carrying a infant Goa'uld that hopefully remains dormant and never causes us any problems ever in our whole lives. Naturally, I assume it's this Thor or whatever, like it's an enemy of the Goa'uld, and it wants to kill its enemy. But unfortunately, it doesn't know about Teal'c and his allegiances.
I think that this is Thor's hammer. I think they're dead.
I don't want to hear that. You said Thor liked humans, that he used his weapon to protect them.
Maybe they could give us some more information.
You're a little short for gods. You must be from Thrudvang, Thor's home in the stars.
No, but can we go
Hey,
there?
welcome.
2 of the men who came through the portal with us, they're gone.
Yes, I heard there were 2 Ettins in your company.
Ettins.
Ettins, different name.
You think that Teal'c and Jack are Goa'ulds?
You tricked them here to be rid of them, yes?
No, they're friends, and if they're alive, we need to find them.
You're humans, like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and I may even have some of the same ancestors. We came here from a different world, Earth.
Midgard.
I love that he said
And
Midgard.
we are your brothers and sisters.
Yes!
Midgard is the ancient home. Thor brought our people here and made this to keep us safe.
James Earl Jones is the voice of Eunice.
Are they dead?
That's cool.
That's a magic beyond our ken.
Would Thor kill a human being in order to kill an Ettin?
Never.
So they may be alive?
Is there anyone who might know where they are?
Only one. We call her Kendra. 10 seasons ago, she walked through the portal and was taken. That winter, some hunters found her wandering half frozen in the mountains.
So it teleports them. I also would like to know all about where she originated from prior to coming here through the Stargate. What? Also, can we please get the coordinates for Thor's homeworld? I doubt that they know his coordinates or his Stargate code or whatever. They're having a time.
Is Junior okay?
Junior.
Yes, but the beam caused the Goa'uld I carry great pain.
Good. Does it also cause Teal'c great pain? That's sad. Is that Thor?
I am Thor. The High Council of Asgard has designated Samaria a safe world for developing sentient species. The Goa'uld system lords were so informed.
We're not Goa'ulds.
You were warned not to come here.
I'm Colonel Jack O'Neill from Earth. I happen to know you've spent some time there in our
For
past.
crimes against the living host and all those you have murdered,
I feel like this is a recording.
sentence is death.
Yep.
This is your prison. Your technology will not function here.
Teal'c, I think we just got the answering machine.
Go to the Hall of Mjolnir and face the hammer. Only the host can leave this place.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe this is how we deal with Teal'c and his little friend.
If I attempt to leave this place, the Goa'uld I carry will be destroyed.
No more immortality.
You must leave without me.
Just relax, Teal'c. I'm not going anywhere.
Would Teal'c be dramatically injured or harmed or killed if he tried to leave? Or would he rather live forever in this prison than give up immortality? At least that's my understanding. The Goa'uld keeps him living forever. So if they were separated, he would live the rest of his life as a mortal man. No! What? Why would...
It's all right.
He's seen similar device in the past, and so he thought it was going to hurt her.
Next time you want to fight, choose a boy your own size.
It was just a little healing. That's a pretty handy tool. Can we take one of those back home with us?
What did you just do to that boy?
He had a broken wrist. I healed it.
Then why did he run away?
Because of this. It is the mark of what I used to be.
When a
Sleep.
ghoul takes over a human host, it's permanent.
Not here. Thor's hammer drove it from my body and restored me to my true self.
That's really great news. That means we can save Sha'uri, his wife, and Skaara.
My wife, she has been taken by a Goa'uld, and if what you're saying is true...
It is true.
Help us to find our friends.
You should not have attempted to rescue me from the beam.
Ah, you'd have done the same for me.
Of course he was going to try to rescue you. That's what he does. Y'all are not the first to be here.
Ouch.
The marks on these bones, I believe they were made by large, powerful teeth. These bodies did not die of natural causes. They were killed and then eaten.
Oh, gross.
Obvious some wild animal found its way in. There's gotta be a way out.
I feel like maybe there's some wild animal here on purpose. Maybe living in this water, ready to eat the evil. Or whoever stops by.
I call it the labyrinth. It is the place where the Goa'uld are destroyed.
And was it painful?
It was nothing compared to the suffering I watched myself inflict on others.
We're getting a good glimpse of the experience his wife is having right now.
Your human friend O'Neill, he can walk out unharmed.
Teal'c is our friend, too. He's Jaffa, not Goa'uld.
Jaffa. They are as guilty as those they serve.
This Jaffa gave up his rank, left his home. His dream is to see his people free.
If the Goa'uld larva within him is removed, he will die.
Oh.
See, once a Jaffa carries a larva, it acts as his immune system.
I know all I want to know of Jaffa.
I didn't know he would die if it was separated. I thought that he just would have to give up immortality.
He dies, so be it. It is his penance for serving the Goa'uld.
Teal'c was in the service of Apophis, but he saved our lives and he helped us escape. He is one of us now.
She can't accept it. She's seen some horrible, horrible things. It's understandable that she would be reluctant.
Did I ask your counsel?
Who's counseling?
The Valkyrie ride the wind. They want me to help you.
Great. We love the Valkyrie.
But first I must consult the runes.
Take a shot of that lamp with your staff weapon.
Is that a good idea? Oh, it doesn't work. Oh. Uh-oh.
This race may have considered projectile weapons too primitive to be concerned about.
Oh, the face on that thing. Wonder how often it gets to feed. It probably is hungry.
The message said only the host could leave this place alive. Perhaps this could be of some benefit to the boy who was your friend.
Skaara.
Yeah.
I thought of that.
Perhaps if they could be brought here.
Maybe.
I love that they're coming to the same conclusion as the other team, or the other half of the team.
How much do you remember of your life before?
Much.
Good.
I was a beautiful child. On Jabana, beauty is a curse.
Because the Goa'uld want perfect hosts?
Yes.
And she became a host.
Because of my training in the temple, the Goa'uld who took possession of my body could not take complete control over my mind.
Oh, wow.
And part of me remained.
Something of the host survives.
But is that because of her training or for everyone?
Teal'c said the Goa'uld made this a forbidden planet ages ago.
But I knew my beast. She hungered for conquest. So I became a voice within. Samaria must hold a wealth of riches for one bold enough to take it.
You actually influenced the Goa'uld that had taken you over?
I hoped only for a quick death. Thor's hammer set me free. And I have honored his ways and his people ever since.
Oh, love her. Looking for a quick death and instead found freedom, hope, and purpose.
It is a sign from Thor. Now we can go.
There's our little friend with the face and the teeth and the claws.
I am Unas, the first one.
Speaks. The first one.
Kill the human.
Excuse me?
I no longer serve the Goa'uld.
Just stay put right there.
Weapons are of no use here.
Wanna bet? Love that it's James Earl Jones. All right, the first one. It's not dead. He's not dead. Don't let your guard down. Move. Get out of there. Go to the hammer. I don't know. Maybe it's too soon for that.
He's dead.
Oh, he is dead. This angle makes me think he's not gonna stay dead. Yeah, he's got some kind of resurrection happening behind those eyes. That's unfortunate.
Unas is believed to have been the first host, born of the same primordial waters as the Goa'uld. It became a myth, much like your vampire.
I thought they preferred human hosts.
There are other species far older that have been used as hosts.
It is dead, right? We don't have to go back there and drive a stake through its chest or anything.
Old stories say Unas had great regenerative powers. Those are tales told to frighten children.
And true.
It is a myth.
No, it's alive and it probably won't fall for the same trick twice.
R.A. wasn't trained in a temple like you, but she had a spirit. She was a fighter.
You loved her very much.
I still do.
If you find her and bring her here, I believe there is hope.
I love hope for Daniel. And Skaara. I mean, come on, we gotta save Jack's surrogate son. Oh, please, please, please. Oh, he's literally digging out the bullets. Yo! Thankfully, that's a sound they can't ignore.
That's no myth.
This means we are close.
She said that hours ago.
I don't think that she would mislead us.
Maybe it's not on purpose. Maybe it's not even conscious.
What other option do you have, Captain Dr. Carter?
We're wasting valuable time here.
Okay.
Your belief that Kendra can somehow help bring Sha'uri back to you, it doesn't make it true, and it certainly doesn't make her reliable.
Haven't you ever had a feeling that made absolutely no logical sense, and it turned out to be right?
Come on, gotta follow your gut here. And again, Samantha, someone has to be the skeptic and ask the questions, play the devil's advocate. But what other option do you have? Where do you go? Where do you search if you don't follow the one person who has some potential hope of finding it?
No weapons cannot kill me.
Was it as effective as before, or? Yep, predictably less effective. It's like it just gets stronger every time it's attacked. They made it.
There were long tunnels leading from one room to another. Something else in there.
She would have had some encounter with Eunice as well.
Look, you don't have to go any further if you don't want to.
Thor asks that I try.
I wonder if these signs are real or if she's just reading into them. It does seem a pretty wide coincidence if it's not really signs, but either way, I'm pretty content. What do you think?
This is it. We're out of here. Let's go.
Oh, no, he can't just go,
Thank you, O'Neill.
So Teal'c really can't be separated from it.
If I am to die, it will be as a warrior.
Why not?
Headshot? Multiple headshots? And some backup if they'll hurry.
Are you considering the same tactic as I?
The cliche is, are you thinking what I'm thinking? The answer is yes.
You can save yourself. Why do you stay?
Honor? We have to get him into the red thing.
I will take pleasure in killing and devouring you both.
Yeah, we gotta be agile. Spin, 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 spin. Patience, patience, patience. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Get him, back, back, back.
You're in trouble. He's still alive.
Not for long, come on. Stab him, kick him. Use force now, go, go, go. Just stare at him, just wait for him to regather his strength. Yeah, yeah. No, these guys have to play some role at the defeating of the enemy, right?
Calm the rune flow, read the mites.
Ooh, yeah, mystical. Very cool, or just a secret password. I don't know. Go! Y'all gotta stop wasting time. Why didn't you do that when he was weak?
There's no other way.
O'Neill, just stand and watch. Don't try to help. This is Teal'c's battle. He must do it on his own. Thank you. There's too much like dramatic pause. I can't handle it. Ah. Push him back. Is he dead? Is he dead? He's dead. Eunice is gone for real this time. The gold inside of him has vanished, or has been vanquished.
Without the healing power of the Goa'uld, his
And the
body will
host.
no longer regenerate.
Guys, would have been nice to see if we could talk to the host.
The hammer works. Do you know what this means?
It's the only way out of here, Daniel.
What this thing can do for Sha'uri and Skaara?
Teal'c's here now.
And here I will remain.
No.
You're part of this family now.
Yeah.
We're not leaving you behind.
Can we temporarily disable it?
This thing won't work in here. Try it from out there.
But we can't permanently damage it.
Did it work?
There's one way to find out.
That's why Daniel was so hesitant, because he knows this might mean giving up the only way to save Sha'uri. Well, there'll be another way. There'll be another way. We know this technology exists. We'll find Thor's home world. We'll go through every possible gate, find every world until we save them.
Thank you, Daniel Jackson.
Well, at least we know it can be done, right?
Seal up the cave. If they come back, at least they'll be put somewhere safe.
Thank you for helping me have the courage to face my greatest fears. This is to remember our world.
We will never forget.
Oh! I almost forgot.
The box!
It's for Thor or his people in case they ever come back. It's all about our people, who we are, that we would like to be friends.
Yes! I feel like Thor might sense it somehow. I don't know. There's some kind of connection here.
Thor's pleased.
Tell him we'd love to meet him someday.
We need
In
him.
person.
Stellar episode. Interstellar episode. It was so good. From start to finish, from soup to nuts, I loved every bit of this. Almost sad that it's over. Like the idea and themes presented in this episode, the only way this show could deeply disappoint me, as if none of this ever came up again. But obviously, these ideas are going to come back and be relevant at some point here, leading into the end of the show, or not, maybe not the end of the show. There's quite a bit more show between now and the end. I imagine the Sha'uri and Skaara storyline might wrap up before that. It might not. I don't know. Oh man, how devastating if we don't see Sha'uri or Skaara again for 10 years. For Daniel. No, it probably won't be that long. I'm trying to decide if I would want it to be that long or not. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Let's talk about this episode. This episode had me hooked right from the jump when Daniel presented his theory that, hey, maybe the Goa'ulds aren't the only aliens out there. Maybe there's another species, a good, kind, generous species that have been here before that have helped the humans. I love the idea that they're the ones who built the Stargate. That makes a lot more sense than the Goa'ulds. These evil, vile worms that are parasites, they obviously learned how to hack into the Stargate and use it to enslave worlds, and they became great enemies of Thor's people. I guess I kind of forgot what their species is named up. I'll rewatch this and maybe I'll get that all down, or just remind me in the comments. But I love the idea that they're like mortal enemies and there's deep rivalry there. And the classic story of good versus evil, cemented by the fact that we had James Earl Jones as the voice of Eunice, the first one. Fascinating. What a great lore drop too, that like, yeah, there's other species, ancient species of Goa'uld. So like, yeah, they won't always necessarily look like human. They will most of the time because that's way better for the budget. But my God, if they can pull off other creatures looking as good as Eunice did, I mean, wow, he looked good. That's the advantage of like genuine practical suits, right? It would take so much work to get a CGI monster to look as good as Eunice. Now with CGI, you get more flexibility in movement and settings and that kind of thing. But like the practical look, when done right, it looks so good. And wow, we had that here. 10 out of 10 for James Earl Jones and 10 out of 10 for Eunice. But I love the idea that even Samaria was created to be a peace, a neutral zone, so to speak. And I like the idea that when you arrive, as we saw when our team arrived, there's a little scanner that checks to see what species you are. And if you have the scent of the enemy within you, you're sent to the labyrinth where you will, well, you'll be tested. You can stay there and just be comfy. You won't be comfy that long, really. It's a pretty uncomfy place, actually. But you can choose to leave whenever you want, but the Goa'uld cannot leave with you. It separates the host from the human. It gave us a lot of hope for Sha'uri and Skaara. We met Kendra. We got a little bit of an idea of what it might be like for some people to be infected with the parasite. Now, obviously, the people we really care about didn't have whatever training Kendra claimed to have, but like they were strong of will, strong of spirit. I have to believe that they can hold on to themselves even in the midst of what I'm sure is just the worst of the worst, being with Apophis and his people. 9 or 10 episodes into this thing, I feel like this show is doing a really good job of keeping Sha'uri and Skaara front of mind as best as they can, with two characters that we really only met at the beginning of the show and haven't seen since. I think it's a credit to how strong that opening was. It has the advantage of the movie and then the first episode, which was absolutely incredible. It really made us feel that connection to those characters. I think it's kind of a potentially risky move to have them be, gone and so much of a driving force of the show, but so absent from, the saying, out of sight, out of mind. It would be really easy for that emotional connection we felt at the beginning to be lessened throughout this, but they've done a good job of mentioning them often enough that at least for me, it's not fully severed, and I'm still really invested in, especially for Daniel's sake. It's his wife. He loves her. I really bought into their love story. A little hesitant, a little skeptical at first, perhaps, but I really bought into it. Like when we cut in the first episode of the SG-1, right? Like you could tell true love, love it. And of course, the connection to Skaara being kind of a son figure for Colonel Jackson. They've done a great job of really reminding us and creating that emotional connection to the loss of his son. You really feel that grief, and we got to save them both. And so we had that hope. And then the sacrifice Daniel made when he destroyed the machine, and Colonel O'Neill telling him Teal'c is here now. I didn't get it right away, but I eventually got it. Like, they had to destroy it. There wasn't a way to temporarily disable it. I had hoped. But we know that this technology exists. Hopefully we gave Thor the little box. He'll get the box. He'll get the box, the friendly box to say we're friendly. Let him know all about, he clearly hasn't been back to Midgar in a while. I love that they called it Midgar. I mean, everything tying into the Norse mythology there is fantastic. But he's gonna learn all about us, and he's gonna take care of us. We're gonna find him. We're gonna find his people. Maybe there's another neutral world, or maybe he'll come repair this one since we broke it. But I don't know. maybe that's wishful thinking on my part. I just really want us to be able to save Sha'uri and Skaara, and so we're gonna do it. But we have some time before we get there. I'm sure at the earliest we're looking at probably the season finale. That's my best guess. But I don't know. It could be sooner. Could be way later. But there's hope. There's hope, and we can take our time and we can tell this story. And I'm excited to see how it continues to develop. This, I try not to say this too often unless I know that it's true. And with a show like this, you know, it's going to continue to get better over time. And I'm sure I have many more opportunities to feel this way as we move forward. But this is my favorite episode so far. I just loved it. It had all the things connected into the huge, big picture, overarching story, but also just an incredible, exciting standalone story. Just 10 out of 10, all the things. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I hope you enjoyed this reaction as much as I enjoyed the episode. And yeah, check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.